Hey guys, Nak is back and welcome to matchup number 5 and 6 of my trials run. I'm pretty much doing the same thing as previous games, and I'm using the same weapons and setup, but this time I'll try telling you guys what's going on in my head or why I do certain things. So let's be humble and say I'm not good in any way, but if you're a hunter this seems like a solid tactic, so I hope this helps some of you guys out. And if everything goes according to plan, this might be your result.
Enemy team eliminated.
So I always flank them invisibly, and a thing to keep in mind here is that when going invisible and flanking like this, you'll have to rely on your teammates a lot. In situations where you flank, they end up 2 versus 3, so they have to be able to stay alive. And with Mers on the sniper and Danny by his side, I felt pretty sure I didn't have to worry about them. Not to say it's going to work out every time, as you may see here, since I didn't even notice they were down. I kept flanking them without paying attention, and look where that got us. I also like to switch it up from time to time, and with that I mean, after 1 or 2 flanks, I'll just run with my team and play as I would with any other class. This is to keep the enemy guessing, so that they won't expect me flanking every time. The great thing about that is they will probably have 1 or 2 guys looking at the corner that I come from every time. And whenever I'm not flanking, this guy is wasting time and looking at a corner, and we end up having a 3 versus 2 fight, so that gives us an advantage. Now, this is an awkward situation. We have a gunfight here where we pretty much have to feel each other out. The only thing to do here is try staying alive, keep a line of sight on enemy orbs, and don't lose your radar out of view. Since long fights tend to make people flank us, even when we see them coming. Also, try to keep your crosshair aimed at dead warlocks whenever you suspect they have their super. It didn't happen this time, but trust me, in trials every warlock is running a Sunsinger. At the end there I went pretty aggressive, since all my team members were still alive and only 1 enemy guardian. So I think that here it is your duty as a hunter with blink and a shotgun to rush in there and shoot whatever is moving. As you can see here, they will be onto you after a while, so if you don't feel safe, and especially with a guy rushing in, just try to stick with your team. I'm not gonna lie here, but we plain out fucking sucked. I missed my last shot and melee, and I think I wasn't alone. So let's just say that that warlock had a good play and a lot of luck there.
Eliminated. That's a shame.
This round worked out pretty good. I die really soon, but since I'm communicating with my team, I can tell them what's going on from what I can see. And since I killed a guy, another one exploded in my face and I damaged the last one, I told them to rush in. Since that means they're 2 versus 1, and even though the enemy was able to revive his teammates, that's probably what killed them. If you're the last guy standing, you should try to run and pick off people one by one. And oftentimes the enemy will act in a manner that makes that possible, since they don't want to leave your dead teammates. You'll see what I'm talking about next round.
Enemy team eliminated.
Now, since we won the 3rd round, the heavy will appear soon, and I switch over to my Truth rocket launcher just for good measures. This time we were lucky and we wrecked them, but honestly, the heavy round can go either way. So if you're planning on making a comeback, use that opportunity.
Heavy ammo available. All enemies have been eliminated.
And then we have our final round. And Clutch Queen Danny strikes again. It's match point for us, and the enemy only had 2 points, so I thought I would just rush in and blade dance. Too bad my second hit didn't register on that warlock, but this is the perfect opportunity for Danny, since me and Mers are dead and our whole team isn't too sure about leaving our bodies. They do what any other team would think at first, namely send out one guy. The problem here is that if you end up against a very good player, like here, that guy you send out will die. So what's next? Well, you can just wait it out, but if you want to keep things moving, I suggest rushing that last guy with your whole team. It's a risk, but I think sending one guy after another is probably a bigger risk, since that's the only way the last player will have the opportunity to strike back. Just like what happens here. It's probably one of the worst situations to be in, but the team that's still alive will probably make a mistake rather sooner than later, just because they're almost sure of winning.
Seconds. Bring it home, Guardian. Enemy team eliminated.
And then we have our 6th game, which were by far the hardest 5 rounds I ever played in my life.
Wipe out the enemy team.
Or not. That's about it for today. I'll try getting the last game and our rewards up by tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed or found it interesting, and as always guys, I'll see you next time.